everyone and welcome back to Allotment Life. I haven't filmed for a couple of weeks because I've been super busy on the allotment, and also every time I'm here there are lots of people out now. So I've been spending my time just getting things in the ground and moving things out of the greenhouse, potting them on. I've got the camera out today to give you an update of where we're up to. As you can see here, we have got the strawberries. They are looking very good. And the strawberries are actually starting to form. There we go. I've put posts in the ground so that soon, as the strawberries start to turn red, I'll cover them with a net. Mum's dug out the flower beds today, taken out last year's daffodils and dahlias. Soon we'll be putting in this year's dahlias. This is my no-dig bed here, and I've managed to get lots in the ground. 2 types of courgette, another 2 types of courgette at the far end, lots of different pumpkins, butternut squash, all different varieties. This weekend I've been putting some bedding flowers in the pots, filling them up. I don't have anywhere to put them yet, but I've been clearing this area over here. So I'm hoping to level this area of ground, which means sieving the soil. I've managed to get out so many stones so far. But once that's level, I will put some slabs down and then fill it up with pots that have flowers in, like so. May is by far the busiest month on the allotment. There's so much to do. All of your seedlings need watering, everything needs potting on, you need to try and get things in the ground, and it's just non-stop. This is one of my salad beds here. You can see things are just starting to come through. Peas are growing here. They are my no-dig potatoes. And over here we have all of my brassicas ready to go in. So I've got cauliflower, broccoli, kohlrabi. These are all grown from seed, and that's my next job, to try and get them in the ground. Again, I've put the posts in ready so I can cover them with a net straight away, otherwise the birds will have them. I didn't know until I had an allotment that birds actually eat leaves. They particularly like cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, those sorts of leaves, Brussels sprouts. So when you put your young seedlings in the ground, if they're being nibbled on, it's most likely to be pigeons. Mum and I have just put in the bean poles and created our bean pole structure for this year. And I'll be putting in the beans within the next few days. But that looks pretty sturdy. Let's give it a wriggle. Oh, look at that. It's hardly moving. Mum's been emptying the greenhouse today, and she can now use the ground space for putting things in. I'm just going to take you in and show you what she's done today. Here we go. We have tomatoes planted all the way along here, with some marigolds along the front, and also just here we've got our melon, which is already starting to flower. Each flower will turn into a melon. As it gets a little bit taller, I'm going to continue tying it up so that it grows up vertical. And this is all we've got left in the greenhouse now. A few spare tomatoes, aubergines, lettuce which we're picking from, and these are my backup cucumbers and melons, which I'll give away if we don't need them. We're only going to be putting 1 melon in the greenhouse, so I grew several melon seeds and I can give away any that we don't use to my allotment neighbours, but I'd rather have extra than just sow 1 seed and then it fail. Once we've got the last things out of the greenhouse, we can then dismantle the shelving, and Mum can grow in the floor space along that side as well, in the ground rather. But yeah, that's looking really good. The dahlias have been moved outside today. They are still in pots, but they're growing well. And when they're much bigger, then I'll transfer them into the ground. I think this one might have failed because it hasn't come through, but they won't all successfully grow. Oh look, I just spotted a flower on one of the peas. Brilliant. So we will be getting some peas. They're the beans. I'm just storing them there for now because I haven't put them into the ground yet. It's the next day now, the sun is shining, and it's time for me to begin the mammoth task of trying to get all of the brassicas planted out into the no-dig beds. I've got broccoli, cauliflower and kohlrabi to go in the ground. I'm super impressed with these cauliflower because I've grown them all from a tiny seed. This is probably what I'm most proud of so far this season. Growing broccoli from seed, teeny tiny seed. And I wasn't able to do that the last 2 years. I wasn't successful. And I put that down to having the greenhouse now. There we go, that's the broccoli in. 9 of them in that bed. And the cauliflower, 9 in this bed. The next thing to do is protect them. Mum and I have been to the garden centre and we've bought lots of bedding plants. So now I'm going to fill my pot up to here with our own made compost. What's this? A pink geranium. That can go in the centre. And then I'm going to put some of these impatiens around the side. Oh, I've got some of these. I might put these in as well. Lobelia. This was a 10 pack for £3.50 from Wix. And the impatiens were £3.50 for 6 from a garden centre. There we go. That's full. I'm just going to keep going now and fill up some more pots with our bedding plants. It's coming along now. I've got 7 pots done and I'm hoping to put them over here once I've at the side of the shed once I've cleared the space, and have some sweet peas growing up a trellis there, and then have the pots along here. But I'm still working through cleaning this area and making it flat and level. I'm just going to put in our beans now. These are French beans and they're the Cobra variety. I have got backup, so the plan is to put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in now, and if they get eaten I've got 10 spare. When I put the beans in, I'm putting them in on the inside of the structure so that as they grow taller, they'll reach up and grab onto the poles. If you put them on the outside, once they grow up vertical, they then have to lean in. The beans are in and looking good. My top tip when you're making your structure with your bean poles is to put a supporting pole diagonally across the middle. Well, actually you can see we've got 2 supporting poles, one going the whole way across and one just on the end. This is because as the beans get really tall and start to grow, they actually get quite a lot of weight on them, and they create a screen so that when the wind catches it, it really does catch it, and your structure needs to be solid and not wriggling or blowing in the wind. Anyway, I'll water them in now. Thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. I hope you enjoyed this little clip of my allotment robin singing in the evening sunshine. I'll be back again with another vlog next week.